Bakit andito na tayo? Lights.
Sila na lang.
Huwag masyadong light. Right, ito lang sana. Hindi.
Dapat electric pan na po kayo.
Lumipad na yung blender.
Pinupukpuk pa lang.
Pinupukpuk pala, hindi pinapay ko yan. Mahirap na harian.
Walang aircon.
Nebuchadnezzar was a powerful king of Babylon. The time of his reign was 600 years before the birth of Christ, and the size of his empire was very great indeed. Within the royal court were people of many different languages and customs, people that had been conquered by the king and then forced to help him rule. On one occasion, King Nebuchadnezzar summoned the various rulers of the provinces to gather in the court, and he watched them assemble from his royal pavilion. This was a special occasion, and no one would dare not to come. The king stood up. The great moment had arrived. By standing, the king was giving the signal that the court was to come to order. Trumpeters stepped forward and sounded a royal fanfare.
Attention, people of my kingdom. I, King Nebuchadnezzar, have built a gold statue, and all people must bow down and worship it whenever you hear the sound of
The people fell down and worshipped the golden image, just as the king had commanded them to do. Two Chaldeans were worshiping close together when suddenly one of them saw something that made him tug at the other one's robe in an effort to get his attention. Look, the Chaldean said, it's just as we thought. The three of them, see, they're not bowing down. They're refusing to worship the golden image. And the Chaldean was absolutely right. Three young princes, the rulers of the capital city itself, were openly disobeying the king. These men had been brought as captives from the distant land of Judah. Their names had been changed, and because of their abilities, they had been given high positions within the kingdom. Hananiah, beloved of God, was called Shadrach, or Circuit of the Sun. Mishael's cherished name was changed from one who is like God to the heathen name Meshach, meaning sun god. And Azariah, whose name meant the Lord is my help, came to be known as Abednego, the god of commerce. Nebuchadnezzar had changed the names of Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, but their hearts remained the same. These men believed in Jehovah as the one, the Almighty God. And to kneel down before an image was something God had told them never to do. The two Chaldeans lost no time reporting what they had seen to the king. They were jealous of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and they slyly reminded King Nebuchadnezzar that these men that had refused to bow down before the image were the very men the king had placed over the affairs of Babylon.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. You have not worshipped the statue I made to be thrown into the furnace. We worship God only if you blast into the fire that God we serve is able to rest with favor. Oh, but if you down there, you will not worship some other God. Men, throw them into the furnace and make it 3 times hotter than ever before.
It wasn't long until the fiery fiery furnace was made 7 times hotter than it usually was, and the 3 young men from Judah were securely tied. And when the soldiers had thrown them in, they turned and ran from the terrible heat. But before they could escape, the flames leaped out of the furnace and burned them to a crisp. And then the king saw something that made him jump to his feet.
When the flames grew hot, they just put their trust in God, and He would not let them go. Oh, yes, God is able. God is able. Yes, He's able. He can do what He said. My God is able. Yes, He is. God is able. He can do what He said.
What is that? I thought we were bringing them into the fire. Why can I see balls? One of them looks like somebody else. So close to us, God with us, Emmanuel.
Were amazed as the 3 Hebrew boys walked out of the furnace unharmed by all they had been through.
There's not a bed on you. Let's go out party, Prices! And your hair has not been singed. It smell like smoke. And all you guys could be there, but...
Nebuchadnezzar fell to his knees, and he lifted up his head and cried, "Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who hath delivered his servants who trusted in him."
Praise God. He has rescued you. Now all people must worship your God. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Let the earth hear His voice. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Let the people rejoice. To God be the glory. Great things He has done. So loved He the world, He gave us His Son. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord. Let the earth hear His voice. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord. Let the people rejoice. Oh, come to the Father through Jesus the Son, and give Him the glory. Great things He has done, and give Him the glory. Great things He has done, and give Him the glory. Great things He has done. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord.
And shortly thereafter, a new decree was read to all the nations under Nebuchadnezzar's rule. No one was to speak against the God of the brave young men from Judah, and Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were promoted to even higher places within the kingdom. But their real happiness was in their freedom to worship God.